And now to the bizarre fish behavior in the Florida Keys. Since our story on Thursday, we've received a steady stream of videos showing the scale of the unusual event that is now being seen beyond the lower Keys.
And state lawmakers now allocating $2 million in the state budget to study that event. Our update tonight is this week's Don't Trash Our Treasure.
A marine mystery in the lower Keys that continues to baffle,
Sawfish.
shock,
Oh! Look out! Oh, what the hell?
and break hearts.
I'm so sorry, buddy.
According to FWC, since December, at least 21 critically endangered small-tooth sawfish have been reported dead. Separately, more than a dozen species of fish have been seen spinning and acting erratically.
Now, we don't know if these two events are related, but we have the investigations and lines of inquiry going on right now.
And officials, not the only ones investigating.
Back in February of last year, I noticed that pinfish started behaving odd, like they were playing dead, and some of them were spinning.
For Greg Furstenworth, the lower Keys are more than just a vacation destination. This is home. That's why after he saw that first pinfish, he pressed record and hasn't put down the camera since.
Oh no. And then come around November, I started seeing the behavior start doing that again.
So we're in the waters between Little Torch Key and Big Pine Key. Most of the activity has been documented in these inland waters. Scientists say so far it doesn't appear to be a low oxygen event, and the necropsies coming back don't show any signs of pathogens or bacteria.
At first I was scared, and now I'm just curious of what the environment's going to turn into if this keeps on progressing.
What is he doing? Yeah.
It's that curiosity.
At first I was scared. Then I was petrified. No, it's Friday night. It's John, Ben and Nat, and it's all in.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with
Hey, hey, hey! Good evening. Are you
Hello.
What are you going to say? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ben
Ben's pretending to be a dick. Oh, no, sorry.
Oh,
Ben is a dick.
Yeah. Get the words right, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do it correctly. I think they know this by now, and that's why they love me, John. That's why they love me.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see why we stopped doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, 'cause the podcast wouldn't have been able to see that, would it?
Well, yeah. The visual humor didn't really work, did it?
No, how are you, Natalie?
I'm very good. It's been busy the last couple of hours of news, hasn't it? It's been coming thick and fast.
I can't
Mainstream
tell you.
media, social media, alternative media.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know what's been going on because I've been sitting in a cinema since 6 p.m. watching Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And I will say this very quickly, boys and girls. Bustin' did indeed make me feel good. Go and see the movie. Full review out tomorrow on The Real Review UK, the second channel.
Cool.
Look forward to it.
Yeah, I had a nap.
I mean, I did just see a comment on Twitter that said from one of our viewers who said you might be struggling for an audience tonight. So what the hell has been going on?
I don't know. Why would we be struggling for an audience? Oh, there's probably football on. But to be fair,
presuming it's also because people are all talking about this royal announcement.
No, it won't be that. It won't be that. It'll be football. There'll be football announcement. There'll be football on. Oh, the royal announcement has occurred, Ben. You were wrong.
What, a real one?
Yeah, there has been.
A real one.
There has been a royal announcement.
Kate's got cancer. Is the royal announcement?
Yeah, but
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
She made a video. And at this moment, it's not been debunked, so it appears to be true.
So it appears to be
all the conspiracy theorists are obviously the ones that we're already talking about and now saying it's AI and it's fake and all of that type of thing.
Of course.
Obviously. Yep. Of course. But like we said all along, the mainstream media put out the dodgy photos. The mainstream media put out the dodgy video. The mainstream media released about the medical records. They wanted you talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it. And now they've come up with an announcement which discredits everybody who was talking about it, which is exactly what they want, all by design. So it goes back to the same thing. Just don't trust the mainstream media. Don't react immediately. Step back. Have a think about what's being said.
Right, well, first and foremost, I'm just looking through and I'm seeing people like GB News and other actual reputable, I say reputable, but mainstream people that believe their media outlets are showing this video. So first and foremost, I don't care who they are. I don't care where they come from. I have watched people deteriorate and die from cancer. It's a horrible, disgusting, vicious thing. And before anybody gets into anything and celebrates it, or because I'm sure there are people that will, first and foremost, like they did with Charlie.
Well, remember Jackie's fish and chip shop.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is remove yourself from your own hatred for a minute and just remember that this is somebody and these are people that have wives, kids, other family members who have to watch that. I mean, I'm telling you,
hold on,
with my own eyes, and it was a horrible thing to witness.
Well, you're making assumptions, though, right? I mean, she says she's doing all right. She said that she's taking preventative chemo or whatever.
Right.
And she doesn't look that bad, right, at the moment.
No.
So you're making assumptions there, and you're assuming that it's true. And I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying.
Oh no, I'm with John. I don't know whether it's true. I don't know whether it's not true. But at the end of the day, it's the same as what I've said all week. It's not my family. The main thing that we should be concentrating on is the UK as a whole, the cost of living crisis, blah blah blah, not an individual family. That's for her family to worry about, for her children, whether it's true or not. For us personally, you know, the royal family don't affect me. That's not to say it's not sad for the individual members, you know, but our focus still shouldn't have been on them all week. There are much bigger things to be concerned about, and like we said, we don't really know the truth because it's been printed in the mainstream media, and if it's in the mainstream media, who knows?
Well, exactly, but I think my point still stands in so much as, you know, it is vicious. It is vicious, and even though these people do not affect our lives, and we shouldn't be talking and caring about them, it's got to the point where the woman has had to sit on a bloody bench and tell the world that she has cancer because of all of these people.
Well, all right, hold on, no.
That was all by design.
Right, no, stop.
Yeah.
She's a public figure. She is the royal family. She has a responsibility to tell people. Right? She doesn't have I disagree wholeheartedly with you. She doesn't have a private life. She knew what she was getting into. She didn't want
part of the taxpayers' money.
If she didn't want to do that, then you don't join the royal family.
Okay, well, I certainly see where you're coming from, but I respectfully disagree with your point. I think things like that, it goes back to what I've always said when it comes to other things. When people wanted to ask your health status, nobody has a right to know anything about your health status, as far as I'm concerned, except for you and your loved ones.
That's fine. If you're not the royal family.
I think the issue is that taxpayers' money go into the royals' family. So, you know, when we get taxed, a lot of that will go towards protecting them, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, like John said, with that, that means that they're not going to get the same level of privacy, and the mainstream media put all of that out there so people would go and talk about them. They've literally every single headline this week has been about it's been leading up to this. It's all been by design. You know, so that's what I'm, you know, I can see both sides of what you're saying. Generally, most people, it's their private life and you shouldn't talk about it. But the mainstream media have literally made sure people have spoken about it in order to get sympathy for the royal family and get their popularity back up, which has happened. It's also normalising cancer, which is something that they're doing, obviously, because we've seen turbo cancer.
Slow down, darling. Slow down. First of all, look, we've got plenty of time. Okay. You don't need.
Natalie,
you're not on 10 minutes here. You've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Secondly,
we've got to.
We've got to address Miss Butterfly, who has given us a super chat, and she has said thousands didn't receive any treatment.
That's true.
And she is right. Thousands missed appointments, weren't treated, weren't followed up.
Died
because of what happened.
They died.
Yeah. So you have to remember that.
So in lockdown,
it's even worse than that, because there are still, to this minute, to this day, thousands of people in this country who have not even had a diagnosis because they have not been able to get to the doctors in order to have that diagnosis. And this is something I have spoken out about vociferously, repeatedly, and so much that it is absolutely wrong. And this is another thing. These people will get the best care. They will get the best care that you or I wouldn't get. They will get things and types of treatment that you or I would not get. That is a fact. But
and I agree here with Miss Butterfly. She said, my sympathy is with those during COVID with no treatment given at all, where they were pushed other things. We're now being told to sympathise with the royal family. It's all very sad, but they didn't care when people were dying in lockdown. They didn't care. They didn't care about us. They didn't care about the people who weren't getting treated with cancer and how many people.
It's all kicking off tonight, isn't it? It's all kicking off tonight.
And I was trying to say that's why I love this show, because we're all adults here who can respectfully disagree, have a heated discussion, and then go out and ride a roller coaster together, because that's what we are,
Yeah.
It's important to have these debates. We don't have to always disagree. And cancer is that's one of the reasons I believe it's been released as a cancer diagnosis, because it hurts a lot of people. A lot of people have been affected by cancer, by somebody in their family. It resonates with them. It's hard to hear, but for that same reason, it's important to point out, well, hold on a minute, you've got the best doctors in the world. And, as Miss Butterfly said, what about all the people who are still on NHS waiting lists who aren't even being seen for cancer? How come she's getting all of this? It's kicking off everywhere.
I'm cowed. I'm cowed.
I am 100% with you, and I will send my platitudes and I will send my well wishes. But at the end of the day, it goes no further than that. Because these people don't affect my life. Their lives do not affect my life. My life affects their lives, because my life, your life, everybody else's life watching it funds their lives, but their lives do not affect my life. But I think I'm not going to walk away from the fact that I fully believe that people should be able to keep their health private, no matter who they are. I believe that wholeheartedly, because that is the libertarian stance, and I am a left-wing libertarian. Oh, he's a left-wing libertarian. But the libertarian stance is freedom, and the freedom to keep something private if you wish, and it doesn't matter who you are.
If that's the case, then the royals shouldn't exist, and we shouldn't be here paying them any taxpayers' money.
They should not exist. They should exist as human beings, but the concept of the royal family is so outdated. It's done.
Could we start talking?
Have we not just been talking?
Rather than shouting at each other? There was a strange audio noise that Shalini is asking about, and I heard it as well. First of all, I thought, did I actually hear something? But
somebody's phone vibrated.
Is that what it was? Right, okay.
Natalie.
It might be mine. It's on silent.
That's what that was. I mean, I keep mine firmly zipped up in my pocket.
There's a couple of things I'd like to say. First of all, when I came on the call tonight, the call between us, I thought, oh shit. Ben. You and I are going to have to up our game a bit, because she's turned up full face and makeup and everything on. I think we're going to have to start doing makeup, mate. I mean,
I know, right?
Fuck.
And they know that.
Look at the state of me. I'm going to have to go back to dyeing my hair.
I've had a shower and a bath today.
I know,
and a bath.
And while you look lovely, you're looking a wee bit chubby. What's going on? You're looking chubby around the gills.
Him, John.
He's not been insulted. I'm just calling it as I see it.
Pot and kettle, bloody kettle.
Just so the listeners know as well, we have a meeting in the mornings, and the boys have seen what I look like without without my hair done and without my makeup.
She doesn't look much worse, to be fair.
Oh, I do.
She doesn't.
I thought she'd brought somebody else along tonight.
What are you? Okay. Before we get into the news stories more, John, what are you drinking tonight?
Hey, I'm drinking out of my cup. You told me to get a big cup, so as they can.
I tried to be a bit healthier. I've got a Pepsi Max and an organic coconut water. So I thought
you've got Kirkland there, which means you've been to Costco.
Yes, I love Costco.
I am a Costco executive member, and I have never set foot in a Costco.
That's what I'm drinking.
That's my old speckled hen.
I am drinking Rubicon spring water flavored with blackberry and raspberry.
Andrew makes a cracking point there. He says, "Don't dye my hair. I just end up looking like a Steven Seagal stunt double." And he's maybe got a point. Have you seen the video where Steven Seagal does the fight scene while sitting in a chair?
I know. Under Siege is still one of my favourite films. That's so good. It's classic Steven Seagal.
Yeah, but then everything after that is terrible.
Yeah.
And he releases a film like every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
They just keep coming. And most of them are stunt doubles. And you can tell they're stunt doubles because they're skinny. And Steven Seagal is
not skinny anymore. No.
Good evening to Trudy. I didn't think. So Trudy says, John and his subtle fat shaming again. You sound like my dad. Yeah, but the thing is, Trudy, he can't really talk.
I know, of course I can. I can talk. I'm in the ideal position to talk because I know what it's like to be fat.
Curl and kettle black.
Yeah, but I am fat, and therefore I'm entitled to call other people fat when I see it. It's like being a cripple.
There's a whole debate.
If I was a
There's
cripple,
a whole debate about
call out a lot of cripples.
fat shaming, though. For me, when you're doing it in jest with somebody you know who's not going to get offended, you know, that it's about freedom of speech and having a joke. It's a bit different if somebody's walking down the street and you shout, "Oi, you fat."
Why would people do that?
Do you know what I mean? But that is proper fat shaming and proper bullying. But you know, if it's in jest with, and I think it's important to point out the difference. Otherwise, we're on that you know, that whole, what is it, fat phobic PC.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to change the subject slightly because Miss Butterfly directs a question at me and says, Ben, are you going to watch Beetlejuice 2 when it comes out? Well, if you go and become a member of the Real Review UK from 99p a month, I am doing a members-only live stream this Sunday night at 8 p.m. and we'll watch the Beetlejuice 2 trailer together. But yes, I'm going to go and see it. Of course, I'm going to go see it. But
I'm excited.
Well, you know what else?
As well, like I'll sing songs.
You know what else we might be live streaming?
Well, the
and hi Trudy as well, by the way. Nice to see you.
We might be live streaming the eclipse live from Kentucky.
She better be providing some Colonel's fried chicken as well.
Well, she's hardly going to ship it over, is she?
No, but she can sit there eating it. You know, you're in Kentucky.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I was saying.
BG Davis says, Ben's not fat. He's a sweet little sugar plum. There you go.
Vaughn. That's Vaughn. Don't call him VG Davies.
There's maybe Vaughn. He is, and Vaughn, you are the yin to my yang.
Oh, that's
you
lovely.
are the yin to my yang.
Sorry.
You complete me.
What do you mean, what eclipse? Good grief, Shalini, keep up. I think the 8th of April is going
What's
to be
that on Jerry
eclipse.
Maguire? You complete. Isn't that from You Complete Me? Is that Jerry Maguire?
Yes, and then if you watch the Lego Batman movie, he just sits there going, Shalini says, that's my boo. And yes, it is your partner, Shalini. He is your partner. But when I'm there, loyalties, they change for a few hours. And he becomes my boo. And he's very cuddly. He's very cuddly indeed.
Things have gone downhill.
Should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
It's getting weird.
Yeah, you're getting. Have you been overdosing on the sugar, good boy?
I have had no sugar, arsehole.
That's charming, that is.
Well, you instantly assume. You call me fat, right? And then you say, have you been overdosing on the sugar?
I didn't call you fat. I said you look chubby. That was all. Anyway, have you been overdosing on the drugs or something? Or and I mean prescribed drugs, because you look a bit dopey.
What have you been taking? Why have you been at
No, don't ask. Because then we're going to get a list, and then YouTube's going to go, you can't name all this list of prescription drugs.
I I had to have a double dose of tramadol to get me through the cinema, and it's modified release stuff, which means it just keeps releasing.
Oh gee, right, okay, right. Enough talk.
So I'm the only I'm the only one sober one here. Right, what's the subject next, John?
Monetization is on. For how long I don't know. But
I am prescribed this medication, and
yes,
I'm allowed
I know you
to
are.
take that dose.
Yeah, I know you are, but that doesn't stop YouTube.
I'm a fucking disabled man.
That doesn't. Should I just turn monetization off?
You're the one making a scene.
No, I'm not.
Fight.
I'm not.
Who's got
On this occasion, actually.
Disabled man or the fat man? No, I'm being really rude now.
But actually,
No,
I'd just like to say on this occasion, I'm not the one making the scene. So there.
What's the next news story?
Next news story.
Well, so Ukraine appear to have started killing civilians in Moscow, by the looks of things. In a music hall.
Yeah, really bad events in Moscow. I've seen a couple of the videos.
That's really not good.
No.
For God's sake. I mean, it's so depressing, isn't it, that we have to keep talking about this shit. These geopolitical events, which
I mean, this particular
horrible.
one, Ben's it's a terror event. So somebody's gone into, I think it's not a theater, and a gunman is shooting civilians and then set it on fire, I believe. Absolutely horrific videos coming out of there. I haven't seen all of them, but obviously it's been overshadowed in terms of publicity because of the royal announcement. So we're not seeing as much about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, really bad scenes coming out of there. John, I don't know if you've got anything more to add or what you've seen.
Not particularly. It's not something I really want to dwell on. I mean, I think the problem is what it does do is it shows you the depths to which Ukraine have sunk now, because they're no longer trying to hit, or it would appear that they're no longer trying to hit strategic targets. They're just going out.
Many people.
Damage.
I'm sorry to interrupt you there, John, but you know as well as I do that many people on social media right now will be calling it a false flag. They'll be saying that Russia's done it to their own people in order to blame Ukraine.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's what they will say. And I'm making no assertion. I am absolutely not saying that is the case. I'm just telling you that is what people on social media will be saying right now, just like people going back to our first story, and you guys said we'll be saying that video of Kate is AI. They'll be saying that video of Kate is AI. Right. I need to call something out here because I put it in the chat yesterday morning. It's a woman named Sabrina. Who remembers Sabrina? I wanted some of what Sabrina had been smoking, hadn't I?
Yes, you did, yeah.
Because this is the type of people that we're dealing with, and I'm not opposed to a decent conspiracy theory. I find them entertaining, and some of them over the course of the last few decades especially have turned out to be true. But this one, and I want to get it right. I'm actually going to get it on screen because this is let's keep going. Come on, where are we? There we are. This is Sabrina, the Sacred Blue Tent. And it says, all royals were executed for crimes against humanity. And it gives a list here of people that apparently have been executed, allegedly, including the children.
Yeah,
including the children.
It's just a nonsense.
But it is a nonsense, but this is the sort of people that we're dealing with. And do you know what? That account has 40,000 followers, and it has over 5,000 likes, over 1,700 reposts or retweets.
Well, that particular tweet?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And a large portion of the comments are going, oh my God, I didn't know. Rather than, you on crack?
I think.
Are you on crack?
I think everything a question, my mantra is trust no one, question everything. That doesn't mean trust it. You know, what I'm trying to say is, over time, you might believe it, but just because you hear something, it doesn't matter whether it's from the mainstream media, the alternative media, whether it comes from me, from Ben, from John. You know, just take everything with a pinch of salt. You know, remain open-minded. You know, and do more research over everything. But sometimes people nowadays, they seem to see one source, read it for the first time, and take it as gospel. Like they have that one tweet.
I'm pretty certain that person is on mind-altering narcotics. So, because that's the only way you can explain that. So apparently, all of these royals, not just the British royals, by the way, this list is an international list of royals. But what are they? All man in masks, cloned? People keep saying they're cloned.
Right.
We don't clone human beings, okay? I'm sorry, but we don't.
I keep seeing as well the ones where people are saying celebrities aren't a woman, they're really a man, and this was done years ago.
I've gone into this.
Yeah, or everything's AI, or it's almost like the conspiracies have got so bad that almost they're trying to say that there is no form of reality anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't help when you have eminent scientists and eminent public figures floating the idea that we're living in a simulation as well.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't help with people who then can say there is no reality and they can just make up absolutely anything.
The idea that we're not living in a real world and we're living in a matrix. Take a red pill, take a blue pill, blah, blah, blah. And some people believe, or, you know, want to believe that that's actually their form of reality now.
I mean, the EGI thing, the elite gender stuff is nonsense. It's apparently what they pick. I mean, I've gone in on some of them. They're called transvestigators, Natalie. They actually call themselves transvestigators. And they have big Facebook groups where they go and they investigate people and they say, look, there's a V on their body shape. That means that they were a woman and they were converted. And these people are nuts.
I mean, there is a chance, Ben, of all the Hollywood celebrities that maybe one or two may have changed their gender at some point, maybe one of two, but it's probably as much as that, you know.
Ellen Page.
But I mean, ones that we don't know about, say. But there's no way that that these particular people are saying about half of the people in Hollywood are not the gender that they were born with. It gets.
I need to interrupt because I'm getting repeated messages in the chat saying stop. ISIS
yeah, but
them in Russia.
Well, okay, but we've known that since it happened, more or less, right?
So then, why were you saying Ukraine did it?
Because why would ISIS do it? And who
is
ISIS?
They are claiming responsibility.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Can
we stop talking? Can we stop talking over each other all the time? Because on the other end, it just sounds like bleh. Right? One at a time, please. Right. First of all, why would ISIS do it? Secondly, who is ISIS? Right? The dead organisation that was started by the CIA. Right? Therefore, it doesn't matter if ISIS claim responsibility or not. Whoever's
actually.
Well, no. How does it? Prove it then. Right, ISIS. Prove it. Prove that you did it. Well, I mean, because people turn around and say they did something, and they do that all the time. They do it to get the advertising. So why do you think ISIS would do? What benefit does this have for ISIS to do? Russia doesn't have a beef with Islam at the moment. Why would you want to stir that up? Russia is supporting Islamic countries. It's supporting countries that you know like Iran and Saudi. So why would you want to stir up Russia against them? You wouldn't if you were Islamic, but you would if you were America. So you just got to think it through. There's no way this was ISIS. This was Ukraine. Because Ukraine's gone off the reservation because...
You can't say that.
I can say anything I like as opinion, right? This was Ukraine that's gone off the reservation because they're not getting what they want. And it's the last death throes of a dying country. That's what's happening.
John, I know very little about that region. I'm just literally going on the Daily Fail. It says Moscow concert hall shooting, at least 40 dead after three gunmen in camouflage uniform opened fire. Up to 40 dead, 70 ambulance, special forces, 12 miles from Kremlin. I can't see it at the moment. That they haven't put at the moment that it's ISIS on here. So I think we need to find out more. I have seen something on Twitter that it says it was ISIS, but
I'm seeing
looking
it
at the
from
gunmen,
many sources.
yeah, looking at the gunmen, they didn't look like they were what you would traditionally look like, possibly that you were from ISIS or Muslim. I don't know the truth. Like I said earlier, we need to gain more information. First of all, I don't think we have enough information at this stage. Well, I don't to give a proper opinion on this one. For me, anyway.
I mean, let's face it. It's exactly the same MO as the Bataclan concert hall attack in France, which was the Islamic State as well.
Yeah.
So all I can say is that according to many sources, the Islamic State had claimed responsibility for the terrorist attack in Moscow.
Hold on. When you say many sources, you've maybe got one outlet, and it's then going across all these different media outlets, right? That's not many sources. That's the same people repeating the one thing that's been told to them. Secondly, what's the benefit for ISIS to do this in Russia? I can understand France. I can't understand it in Russia. Because Russia doesn't have a beef with them. Russia has, what's his name? Adam. Adam says I'd put 20 quid on the CIA. Yeah, so would I. It's almost certainly American interference. What was Obama doing in the UK the other day?
Who knows?
Because I think you might have a clue.
Because it was totally secret, wasn't it? But what I will say is this: I can't say for certain. I can only say what I'm seeing.
You can't say for certain, but we're not reporting this because it's been reported in a number of places. What we're doing is we're opining on it, and my opinion is as valid as anyone else's when it's an opinion.
Yes, and that's what's so important. Like, we should be able to give our freedom of speech and give an opinion on anything. And as we have shown, it's important.
Oh, Natalie, are you there?
And agree with people. That should be encouraged. I'm still there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So that should be encouraged. It doesn't matter if we don't agree each other, but we have to be able to discuss these topics. And if it gets to a point where we can't, we don't want that kind of censorship or silencing.
I completely agree with you. And before you shouted over me, John, what I was saying is you can't say it for certain. Now you can't.
Yeah, but I'm not reporting. I'm opining.
Yes, well, that's fine.
And that's a completely different speech pattern. Because I'm telling you what I think. I'm not telling you what's happened. I'm telling you what I think.
And in the same way, I was going to say that I've already read people saying, "Oh, it's a false flag." This is the thing. Anything that happens now, that every single time people say it's a psyop, it's a false flag, and that's another problem as well. Yes, there are opinions, but there are also people who trivialize or try to take away the seriousness of really awful events as well.
Yeah, you're completely right. You're completely correct. And also, when somebody repeatedly makes a claim that everything is a false flag, now some things very well could be, but when they consistently say everything is a false flag, it doesn't just trivialize it. It shifts responsibility from the actual people responsible to something else. It says that these people that said they're responsible can't be responsible. Not those people, surely. And when they may well have, live streamed themselves doing it, as others have done in the past. And I won't mention the event, but we all know what it was in October last year. There were plenty of live streaming.
That whole thing was just the shit show on both sides,
Of course it was.
Should never have happened.
Of course it was.
And
This should never have happened. It should not still be going on. And yeah, no, it's awful. John, can you bring the mood up for God's sake? Can you bring it
Yes,
up?
Friday night. There's got to be some positivity.
So see that leading story that we started off with about the fish and the weird behaviour, and they haven't found anything. They haven't found anything environmental that would account for it. They haven't found anything in the water that would account for it. They don't seem to have found any reason for it. Right? I'm thinking, could this be something to do with the changing magnetic field?
Do you know, I think, my personal opinion,
Tell me.
They found some form of coral which acts like a drug, and they are having a party, mate.
Catnip for
That's
fish.
going on. They're going, they're nibbling on the coral, and that's it. They're spaced out. They're seeing cartoon versions of themselves. They're spinning around.
I read or saw a video about Finding Nemo, and there's a bit in there where the turtles act like they're completely stoned, and that's apparently because they eat something just before Finding Nemo, the jellyfish or something, which was an actual thing. So yeah, that naturally, maybe something.
Well, that's
maybe
like
they're stoned like the turtles.
It's like koala bears. They're permanently high, aren't they? Because they eat nothing but eucalyptus.
Yeah.
So they're out their box.
And but Ben's permanently stoned because he has to have been on pain meds.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that if you need to be on them.
I was going to say, not me being on them. What's wrong with the altered state of mind? You know what? I quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy it.
I'm not one to talk. I'm not.
Did you have your sports massage today?
I did have my sports massage. Yes.
I'm bloody jealous. I'm jealous.
Oh, it's not. It's very painful. It's not a nice massage. So it hurts my neck over.
You could have just let us have the illusion, couldn't you?
Yeah, but no, it's not good. And I'm being good though. Friday night, still no alcohol at Pepsi Max.
Fantastic.
No sugar, spring water.
Yeah.
No, I kept my part of the bargain. I put it in a cup that you said.
Yeah, I was just trying to look at some more. It's very hard. I was trying to find some more headlines, but now after the announcement, the cancer, I can't actually find any other headlines.
No, there won't be.
Every single paper.
Let me ask a question here. And people say they do this all the time, right? And I don't know what they mean. And I'm not being deliberately obtuse, but they keep saying it's just a distraction, right? Now, there's so much going on in the world that you don't need to distract us from anything because we're informationally overloaded on an hour by hour basis, on a minute by minute basis. So there's no need to distract us from anything.
Well, I when they say it, John, I always think they mean people are quite demoralized at the moment. I think a lot of people's mental health is bad. I think that they haven't got as much money as they had before. I think the quality of living in the country is less. And I think if you make something like a royal announcement and every headline about that, people are less likely to be talking about the negatives and focusing on something like that cancer diagnosis, and then that stops them thinking about their own life and maybe blaming the government or other people. So that's how I always read a distraction. Not like they're trying to distract us, but if you have something that everybody's talking about, then they're not focusing on the bad stuff and blaming the government or anybody taking accountability.
I agree with you to an extent there, Natalie, but I also think it's more that they believe, and when I think the way you framed the question, John, was what do they mean when they say it, rather than So what I think they mean is that once they give you something to do a distraction, and this is not what I think, by the way, That's because there's a nefarious group of people sitting in a shadowy room going.
The secret government cabal that we talked about last night.
And we're going to open some Soylent Green factories this week. We best tell them Kate's not well. That's what they think when they say it. Now, I'm not distracted. I'm not distracted. So I tell you what did distract me for 2 hours, going to the cinema this evening. Had a great time. It was nice to be distracted from reality.
Yeah.
And you know what? I suggest people do it more often.
I absolutely agree. I think when I was going down the pub more often, I think real tell for me was I would go down there and just see what, just what normal people from all walks of life and all ages were talking about. And that was often around the headlines in the mainstream media. So that's what I think of more of a distraction. If you went down to the pub tonight, people would be talking about this, and that's
down to the pub tonight, you'll see people talking about Kate.
If you go down to the pub tonight, exactly. Yeah, and I think that's what I mean. It's that, they might have been before, if they didn't release that information about Kate, they might have been talking about the potholes. They might have been talking about how stressed out they are because they haven't got this money, but they won't. They will be talking about Kate now. So if you keep releasing these things, it gives it bread and circuses, as they say. It stops people talking possibly or making a revolution, a resistance against the government, because they're always distracted with celebrities or gossip or those type of things, and they use those tactics, as we know. I'm talking here about more mainstream media and government, not that elusive like they that nobody that they use. I'm actually talking about people who run the media or government PR spin doctors there.
Right, talking about distractions, I'm going to ask you a question, and I know you don't know anything about Formula One, but it doesn't matter, okay? Because what's happened in Australia is that one of the teams, their better driver, and when I say better, he has scored a lot more points than the other driver over the last year or so. So their better driver stuffed his car into the wall and destroyed it. Right now, they foolishly did not take a spare chassis to Australia. Right? This is Williams. This is Williams, right?
Williams, okay.
Because they're a bit short of cash, so they didn't take a spare chassis to Australia. So they're really left with one car. And what they've done is they've taken the guy who didn't crash his car and said, "You're going to sit out this Grand Prix, and we're going to put the guy who crashed his car in the car, and he's going to race because he's got more likelihood of scraping a point or two." And I know it sounds crazy, but a point is a massive thing in Formula One, because as soon as you start getting into the points, you start getting into the big money when it comes to the end of the year, and it can make a massive difference. And when I say massive, I mean millions and millions of pounds of a difference between being 6th and 7th.
Right?
Okay, so everybody's either they've made a sensible decision, or it's not fair because the guy that didn't crash his car is getting penalised. So what would you have done in that situation if it was your team? How would you manage
exactly
that?
Exactly the same thing. I'd have done the same thing.
If you're a business, if you're a business, you have to, it's not about morals and principles. If you have to make money and in order for the Williams to continue to pay its staff and to do well the next season, and that requires profits. Unfortunately, as a business, your decisions will have to be based around that.
Yeah,
your best chance of bringing in money or profits.
I'm slightly confused with a question being asked to me from Robin Wolstenholme here. It says, Ben, are you gonna do? I think he wants to know if I'm covering the Acolyte, the Star Wars show, and has
oh God,
just said it wrong.
He spelt it wrong. I think he is talking about the acolyte, right? But why would you want to? Are you?
I mean, to be fair, I'm
Have you seen
down for what. To be fair, I'm down for watching Trinity with a lightsaber.
Oh no, you're not. No, you're not. Have you
It's
you seen it?
It's gonna be an absolute pile of shit.
Oh, no.
Because it was written.
Have you not seen a trailer?
No, I've not seen it.
Oh my god. Do you remember?
I've not seen it.
Can I take you back to one of our slightly earlier conversations when we spoke about Steven Seagal and his fighting skills while sitting in a chair? Well, imagine Trinity.
What film is that in?
Oh, it's in one of his later ones.
What, many of them?
Films.
Yeah. But anyway, imagine Trinity fighting with a lightsaber, having inserted a 4-foot metal steel rod up her anus, because that's what it's like. It's the worst fight sequence I've ever seen.
I mean, I've seen the trailer for Rebel Moon Part 2, and unfortunately I've seen Rebel Moon Part 1. But there's an action scene in the trailer for Rebel Moon Part 2, and this is basically what you're talking about here, because the lead star, I think her name's like Sophia Bocelli or something, I could have messed that up. She is so slow at fighting that the people that the men that she's fighting have to slow down for her.
No, that's no use. That's no.
It is insane.
The worst film I've ever seen, by the way, and I've dare anyone to try and find a worse one. It's called The Bad Batch on Netflix. It's about cannibalism. It's actually got Jason Momoa in it, but it's absolutely horrendous. So if you want to see an absolutely like terrible movie, that's the worst.
Have you ever
seen the worst I've seen for a long time?
Have you ever seen Sound of Freedom?
No, I haven't actually. How bad is Sound of Freedom?
It's bad. It's bad.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Jim Caviezel, well, Passion of the Christ Jesus. God's children are not
Okay.
The whole thing was just like super creepy, and even the guy that was meant to be the hero was super creepy. You know?
Okay.
There was a real creepy vibe coming off him, wasn't there, Ben?
There
was a lot of people. There was a lot of people that said Sound of Freedom was very good, though.
Yeah,
obviously, they wanted it to be good.
Yeah, they said it was very good because there was a campaign, wasn't there? There was a campaign for it, and they needed it to be good. You know, as a movie, it's a pile of crap.
Yeah.
And like Shalini says, because Shalini and Vaughn came with us to see it, and Shalini says Vaughn fell asleep, if you remember.
Yeah,
yes,
I do.
he did.
Yeah.
He slept for the vast majority of Sound of Freedom.
And
Yahoo
you know what?
YouTuber 2048 says, I think the Daily Wire made a movie called Lady Ballers.
That was good.
They did.
That was
I've
good.
not seen it.
Oh no, that was good.
Was it?
Yeah, have you not seen it? Hey,
No?
I saw.
Sure?
No, I saw the Matt Walsh "Are You a Woman" Daily Wire.
No, I've not seen it, John.
You made me watch it.
You downloaded it, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you see? Did you see? Oh, we could discuss as we said about the Daily Wire. Oh, sorry.
Right, one at a time, please.
Hold on. Listening to two autistic people, bless you. Candice Owens has left the Daily Wire. I think you predicted that, didn't you, Ben?
I did predict that was going to happen, and John thought otherwise, but I thought this would happen, that she would be separated from the Daily Wire.
Did I think otherwise?
You did.
She did have an argument with Ben Shapiro when obviously Ben Shapiro went full warmonger.
Yeah.
They had several disagreements, didn't they, on X?
Did.
And she just seemed to be, yeah.
I was going to say, not just on X, she's been on the Candace Owens show, basically speaking out against Ben Shapiro's position since he started his position.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's just reached an impasse. We can't really speculate on what's happened at the moment. Shalini says she was sacked, but actually the only the only statement that's come out, I believe, so far, unless something has changed since I went to the cinema, was from Jeremy Boring, the CEO of the Daily Wire, who said that, Candace Owens and the Daily Wire have parted ways, essentially. He didn't say she was sacked. So honestly, I don't know what's gone on, and until we know more, we can't speculate on it, but I did predict this would happen.
She did seem to be going in a very different direction. One thing I'd noticed about the Daily Wire over the last year or so, my eldest son used to kind of introduce me to it. They would always talk about the same thing, almost like it was parrot fashion. So each person, whether it be Matt Walsh or Ben Shapiro, or I can't remember what some of the other people, they talk. Dylan Mulvaney would come out, and each of them would do a video about Dylan Mulvaney, almost parroting the same words. And I did notice that Candace Owens wasn't parrot fashioning the same narrative as the rest of them. So whether she was going off topic, whether she was possibly not doing what she was told, or is it PR to sell the Daily Wire even more, and there's a deliberate kind of division in order to get more viewers? Who knows?
I don't know, and I wouldn't want to speculate. Well, if I were to speculate, then I'd say it was over this impasse and disagreement that they just could not agree on things. And remember, despite the fact that people might think he's gone full warmonger, Ben Shapiro is an extremely devout Jewish man. He is one of the CEOs of the Daily Wire, and if one of his employees is not just arguing with him publicly, but on a platform that he partially owns, at some point you're going to reach an impasse. And that's just my speculation. And hopefully, there are people that hate the Daily Wire. There are people that hate Candace Owens. There are people that are going to wish her well. There are people that I don't wish harm on anyone. So I wish the woman well in whatever endeavor she takes on next. I will remind people, though, just remember, before she started doing the right-wing thing, Candace Owens did used to run a website that would collate the identities of right-wing figures for her leftist friends. So just remember that.
And I've just seen I've just looked on her X page. It says the rumors are true. Her words, "I am finally free." So that's telling. That doesn't necessarily mean that she's resigned or she's sacked, but she's certainly saying she's happy she's left.
There we go. Because she would have been under contract anyway, and the Daily Wire's contracts, thanks to Louder with Crowder, actually, Stephen Crowder, the Daily Wire's contracts are brutal. They are brutal contracts.
And Yahoo YouTuber 2048. I remember that happened with Steve Crowder because he called out Jeremy Boring out on unfair contracts, saying the same thing as you. Then
there we go.
Yeah,
those contracts are brutal. And if you don't perform the certain amount of shows and deliver the certain amount of hours that they demand, they start docking money left, right, and center.
And that makes sense why the videos are almost the same and they're almost parrot fashion. I think they don't have much freedom of speech. I would think that's just my as John would say, I'm opining, or it's my opinion on that. I certainly don't think it's the freedom of speech channel that they lead other people to believe.
Yeah, that's right here. Because we can all sit here and argue with each other and disagree and shit like that. And I'm not going to
talk over each other.
I'm not going to fire John. Don't worry, I'm not going to fire him.
You can't fire anyone, mate.
he thinks that.
What? What about the anus-eating virus?
Everyone saw that. What is that about?
Oh, actually,
did anyone hear that?
Isn't it?
So I didn't really understand it. It was an anus-eating virus. So is there a virus that starts eating at your bum and like a parasite, or what was it?
It's not. I don't think it's terribly informative what they've put out, but I think it's basically necrotizing fasciitis.
A flesh-eating virus.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So
that starts at your bum.
Well, I don't think it
Well,
starts there, but I think it certainly ends up there.
it could end up there,
Right.
especially if
So that's
you've got a certain proclivity.
Well, do you know what? That same proclivity was relevant for remember the monkeypox scare?
Yeah, and before
Yeah.
that, AIDS.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But-
it's God's retribution. That was
That is a
that was a joke.
Joke, people, joke.
That was a joke.
Fucking hell.
Oh, come on, it was a joke. Fuck's sake. You know I'm not even religious.
Good.
Oh dear.
Because neither am I.
Neither am I.
Neither. Right, what else you got for us, John? What's on the docket? Give us stuff.
I don't have a lot at all, mate, to be fair.
What about
making this up,
Andrew?
then.
What about Andrew Tate and his ridiculous tweets and photoshops and just generalized Andrew Tate-ness this week, Ben?
Do you know what? I'm thinking about
done.
getting a ball cap and taking the piss out of him big time on doing some videos, because that dude he's desperate, first and foremost. You can tell he's desperate. They've been in court again today, actually, and the judge has denied the return of their $700 million worth of assets. So, the Romanian authorities will continue to hold on to all of their assets, but that doesn't seem to be bothering Andrew and Tristan Tate, because they seem to be getting money from somewhere when they're not supposed to have anything.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine the man that speaks out against cryptocurrency all of the time probably has his hand in a lot of cryptocurrency, put it that way. That's what I think is going on. But he calls himself the most famous man in the world. And do you know what? He might well be the most famous man in the world, but not for the right reasons. And
Infamous.
there's a narrative starting to form out of the Tate camp. Okay? And that narrative is this: the Tates are going to be wrongly convicted. So that is what they are drip feeding their fans currently, so that what they're doing is they're preparing the Tate fanboys for a guilty verdict, and then they're going to say it was wrong.
Yeah.
What do you think they actually will go down? Because I always thought that it was kind of being set up that they were gonna I always thought that they were gonna get off. But it's possible that they'll go down. But I mean, this tweet that he put out this week. Imagine thinking you can call me without asking via message first and not getting blocked for eternity. I don't need your friendship or opportunity or a catch up. Catch up with what? Your shit life. This is the line. Everybody is a nobody compared to me. Call me and I block you. I mean, it's like I can't. Do you know that at that time got 10,000 likes?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of narcissistic, sociopathic God complex. How did we get to a stage in 2024 where that type of vile behavior is looked upon as almost like a role model? That's why I do wonder if
it's women's
he
fault.
will get off.
Right.
Go on then, John. How do you make that?
Well, right. So what's happened is men just exist to please women, right? Okay. So what happens is women want strong men, they get strong men. If women don't want strong men, they turn them into little gay boys, soy boys that, you know, are no use to them whatsoever. And therefore these men get disenfranchised, and then women start going, well, these aren't the kind of guys I'm looking for. So for them, what happens is you get the oddballs like Andrew Tate who monopolise that situation and take advantage of it.
And you know what? They portray a life. Now, I don't really think they live rich a life as they say they do, right? But they portray this life of, you know, supercars, mansions, women, and this is what a lot of men want, and this is why they get a lot of people hanging on to them. Let me show you something, right? Let me show you this. This is.
Was this made in
What is
Uganda?
that?
Warriors of Skull Island.
Warriors of Skull Island, Top G. This is the
Top
second one.
G. But is this done by them or is this fanboys making
This
it?
is
Ben?
done by them. This
Is
is
that-
done by them.
Oh,
Is that Tristan?
Right? That's meant to be Tristan. Whoever they've hired to do the artwork is fucking awful.
Where is
first
Top
and
G?
yeah, and he
foremost.
looks like he's got two black
G's on
eyes
the
with
other
like a
one.
contact lens.
Hold on a minute. Let me shift the screen over a little bit
Oh,
so
good.
you can see it a bit better. Right?
Look, he's nowhere
So-
near that good looking. I'll tell you what,
So-
though, that he's as a woman, I can say
No.
that Andrew Tate is
Oh.
just
There's a trailer.
that
Do you want to see
that
the
cartoon.
trailer?
Yeah,
Oh.
go on.
Good grief.
Right, hold on. You're gonna. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna hear it, but let's. Right, this is the Top G trailer for the
Think-
comics.
I think they can hear
Top
it.
G.
No, maybe not.
Can you hear it?
No, I don't think they can.
No.
Right. But still,
But yeah,
this is.
Are these the new
Oh.
thing coming out? These comics? Then is this one of their new money making schemes, Ben?
Well, when you see the price, right?
yeah.
$33.
Oh my god.
For one comic. Top
That's
G.
the mass edition. And then if we go to volume 2, you can get it for $97. $97.
That's outrageous. That is outrageous. Sold
Signed
out.
by Top G, sold out in 16
Oh
minutes.
man, that is
$397 fucking dollars.
that's outrageous.
It just, I think everything about Andrew Tate, everything about those cartoon books, comics, whatever, it just epitomizes everything wrong that's with society now. To me, like he's everything about that man is vile. Whether women shouldn't be attracted to that, men shouldn't look up to that, and I don't know how we've got here. There's obviously, like John said, there's so many factors. But if people look back in like hundreds of years and want to study what's wrong with this time, Andrew Tate would be a good starting point, I think.
I think so. And do you know why I think they will be convicted of something? I think they're going to be convicted of something. And the reason I think that is because they are making an embarrassment of Romania. They have made so many public statements saying things like, we're in Romania because it's corrupt and we can pay off anybody and do anything. They've made these statements publicly. It's embarrassing Romania, and Romania are going to want to be seen to be doing something.
Unless
So
they
I
get
think-
paid off.
Well, I don't think so, because they're trying to say we're fighting corruption. That's what
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
trying to do.
Oh,
at the
they're
moment.
trying to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just
Yeah.
like
I'm not-
Ukraine.
is it, do you know what this one I'm not sure about. Part of me thinks that they've got enough money coming in to pay enough people off to walk free. I don't think they're completely innocent, but I think it's not beyond the realms of possibility that there's enough corruption that they will be able to pay off enough people to do whatever they want. But we shall see. But I don't think that they're nice people, but on any level vile.
Yeah,
And,
no, I completely agree with you, right? And this whole pretending to be a Muslim thing that Andrew Tate's doing, it's really weird. And I don't care if he says that he is. His actions say otherwise. I mean, his actions say otherwise. I'm just saying, they do.
I mean, it's I think Vaughan's put anyone see Sneeko at Hyde Park Corner this week. Proselyte, well, I can't even say that word. Proselyting for Islam. Well, Sneeko's his mate, isn't he? Sneeko's Andrew Tate's mate.
I believe he lives in Miami, Sneeko.
Yeah.
And he's a little bitch as well.
Yeah.
That's
They're
what we
all very
should call-
similar.
That's what we should call them, the Little Bitch Club.
Is he the
The
guy that?
Little Bitch Club.
Is he the guy that fired
Top
the man?
B.
Is he the guy?
Sneeko is the guy. Do you remember? Go on, John.
Is he the guy that fired them in?
No, that was Aidan Ross. But-
Sneeko did what? was the one that said there was that what do you remember program on Netflix of the little girls?
Oh, he really
That
defended that, didn't he?
he
Defended that
was that he
cuties.
came out and really defended Cutie, saying it was a good thing that children were on that show and being sexually exploited. Yeah, it was bad. It was really, really bad.
Yeah.
I remember that's what he was most famous for. And then he does a lot of podcasts and stuff with Tate and stuff, and bigs up the Tates.
And one of the other things Sneeko seems to be quite famous for is admitting to and being happy with allowing another man to sleep with his girlfriend.
That's it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's all they're all worked together. Very, very awful. This is what I said. All of them. How did we get here in 2024? And these people are looked up to be as role models. People like Sneeko and Tate.
Here's pictures currently sitting at Romanian airports to have the border patrol on watch for the Tate brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Tristan doesn't look like that just now, does he?
No. But you know, I think it was Natalie that said that Tristan was more attractive than
much more.
Andrew.
No, right. Tristan's is a good-looking man. Andrew Tate is vile.
Shall we move on?
That gives me the heebie-jeebies. Yes, let's move on.
So, between Scotland and Wales, we have managed to get a crazed Scotsman has been jailed for a horror double axe attack on a group of terrified families at a holiday resort.
Right.
Mohammed Khan from Rutherglen.
His name's Mohammed Khan.
Yeah.
Sounds really Scottish.
Yeah. He doesn't
good old Scottish name, that.
He doesn't terribly look Scottish either. Mohammed Khan from Rutherglen was sentenced for breaking into a holiday home armed with 2 bladed weapons, i.e. the axes. Crazed Scots axeman targeted chalet families at resort. That's the headline.
I mean, wow. I mean, like, is it Al Murray, the pub landlord, says beautiful British name. Beautiful British name.
Beautiful
beautiful
Scottish name. Apparently, he might have been shouting freedom in Ockeye the New as well.
Oh, really?
Probably not.
Really? Half his face painted blue.
Giving like a Braveheart speech going on. Oh dear. Yeah, I've just seen a picture of him. Doesn't look particularly like your average Scotsman.
Look. Okay, let's not be prejudiced here. Your average Scotsman can look like Humza Yousaf, considering he was born in Scotland.
No, your average Scotsman can't look like Humza Yousaf. Your average Scotsman is going to look like a white male. Because 96% of the population are white. Therefore, the average
It's a
has
very,
to
very
be
high
white.
percentage. It's a much higher percentage than England, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still about 15% higher than England, I think.
Yeah.
And do you know what? A homogenous society, and I'm not an advocate for the idea of an ethno-state, first and foremost. I think people should be able to move around and experience the world, whatever. But I don't get what is wrong with the idea of a homogenous society. And this is an argument that is very dangerous to get into. But when you look at the Japanese are very, very, very protective of their culture. They're very protective of their country, and they want to keep their society homogenous. Now, you don't see people calling them I don't know, Japanese nationalists or anything like that. Nothing like that is ever in the mainstream. And yet, if a white country does it, it's all hell breaks loose.
Well,
look
at Poland. Poland gets a lot of stick because they don't take in many in the migrant.
I mean, they have they will be doing now, because in the latest election they had a coalition and now they've changed their borders, so it will be happening now.
Tell me, just out of curiosity, what label is often given to Poland by the mainstream?
Or right wing.
Far right?
extremist.
Well, yeah,
Far right?
it used to be, but they've now elected a kind of far left leader, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
They
Well,
seem
they
to have,
didn't.
yeah.
They had to make a coalition, but then by doing that, they brought in the EU migration laws. So they're going to have to start. They're going to have to start bringing in more immigrants now.
No.
As
But Japan have had problems as well with immigrants, though, because they have taken some immigrants in, and there have been some quite
but they
violent.
support.
There have been some. Well, see, Japan, you got to be very careful in Japan because they've got really restrictive laws.
They will deport you.
Oh, not only that, they'll jail you first. Because
and then they will deport you straight away.
Japan, no, they won't. They'll jail you for a year, and then they'll deport you, right? Because Japan has a 99% conviction rate because they will keep you locked up until you confess. And it was only when you confess that they'll then start the sentence, and then they'll deport you once you're finished.
Yeah, I've been big.
Carry on, Natalie. I apologise.
No, I was just going to say it's kind of about this subject. I don't know if it's just like an age thing, but I'm getting, the older I get, I'm 41 now, like really nostalgic. It's like a bit of a culture thing as well. I just find it really sad, even like walking through Reading and just seeing the destruction of the high street, and like it's not just British culture going, like there's so much is being removed, and I'm getting so sad that past is almost, I can see it's going to be gone forever. I don't know if that's just like kind of things are moving forward digitally, or like we said, our culture's also being removed or being allowed to be removed. There are certain things that we're not allowed to, be sentimental or nostalgic about anymore. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just a feeling I get quite a lot.
You ever watched The Sandman?
No.
I think it's based on a Neil Gaiman novel or whatever. But it's quite good because this guy is basically a god, and he lived throughout all these years. And it's like, can you imagine what it would be like to live that long, that the world has changed so much?
I mean, that's the Wolverine.
Yeah, but it's probably not a good thing. Because Natalie's only 41 and she's already experiencing it, Imagine if she was 411.
I think but I think, like my nan would used to be like, oh, back in the good old days, and we all used to take the piss out of her. And I'm feeling like that already. Like I really do feel there's a part of me that like it's already going like, God, those times were so much better when I was younger, and I feel like some of those things are being trying to be removed, and I understand my nan a lot more now, that kind of yearning for the good old days.
But I kind of see where you're both coming from. I mean, I'm 35 this year. I'm the baby of the group, and that is a fact. But I see where you're both coming from, and I've seen it myself. I've seen a culture shift. I've seen, especially with things like the high street and things like that, and the way that society acted. I mean, we all used to go out. We all used to go shopping. I mean, when I was a kid, we'd go out playing climb trees and things like that. Nobody does any of that anymore. It's all gone. And I don't think you can blame immigration for things like that.
No, you can't. But you can look to past experience, and you can look to theological history, and you can see that kind of goes in generational aspects. And what happens is that, it seems to be that parents do get to the point where they become too protective, and then the next generation, because your parents have been too protective, right? The next generation, the parents become less protective because they were overprotected when they were kids, so they give their kids more freedoms, and these things kind of they kind of change, and it's part of that fourth turning stuff that you don't like, but it does seem to be evidenced, and what actually happens in the real world. That's quite
Well, I was
interesting.
just going to say, Vaughn's asked a question here, Natalie. How many bookies, vape shops, and Turkish barbers does Reading High Street have? Reading High Street has been destroyed. I mean, literally since COVID. I was walking down there yesterday with a very good friend, and we were both said it was really, really sad. It used to be, so busy all the time. Most of the shops on the main high street now are boarded up. It's even though it's like down south, it's become full of charity shops, mobile phone shops, temporary shops. Look, some of what you'd expect more up north. And also to me, there's not an immigration problem, but there's a massive drugs problem down the high street. There are sometimes it feels like half the high street are drug users or the homeless. It's not a nice experience walking down Reading High Street, and that's why I said, it used to be so busy and a vibrant, a place for the young, that things like that. I worry. We talk about British culture. I think the high street is dying, and I don't think it will be there much longer. Looking at what I can see from Reading, and I'm sure so it'd be interesting to see what they say in the live chat or what your experience is where you are.
I think that is okay. That's due to convenience for the most part, and that is due to the curse and the blessing that is Amazon.com, and things like that. And I mean, it is a blessing because I ordered something at 10 o'clock at night and it arrived at 10 o'clock the next morning. You can't get service like that, and it's usually cheaper than what you'll get in the high street as well. So there are reasons and there are incentives to keep people away from the high street, but I do like looking in a shop, and I do like holding a physical item, and that goes to when I'm away in May. I am going to be filming some tours of some shops. I'm going to be filming some tours of some shops, showing people what merchandise is available and stuff like that, because I think people should go in those physical shops and should pick up and look at those items.
I'm so with you, Ben, but I think that's gonna go eventually. I think looking at Reading, I don't think there's many years left. I think, like you said, it's cheaper online. Most people go online. The land rents are too high for the shops. It's too expensive to pay the staff. Most people aren't going there. The high street itself is not a nice experience. And I think for me, when I walk down there, I am sad. I am nostalgic. I feel like a whole part of British culture is being removed. Pubs are leaving as well. Pubs. I love a pub.
Hold on. I've just seen a comment from Vaughn. Stoke-on-Trent, is that the Stoke that we were on, Ben? Because he said you should see Stoke-on-Trent's High Street. It's a car park now. Well, Stoke-on-Trent. Really? No, have you ever been to Stoke-on-Trent, Natalie? No.
No.
Stoke-on-Trent
I can't say.
Stoke-on-Trent is nothing but car parks.
Car parks.
It's just It's just car parks.
And they compete with one another. Park in our car park. Park in our car park. And even the fucking car parks have car parks.
There was signs up. Car park just round the corner. Free. And then there was even ones that were offering free parking. Remember?
There was a multi-story under construction, wasn't there? They were building more car parks.
Yeah.
There's nothing but car parks. Right.
There was a nice Burger King in amongst those car parks, though.
Yeah. Somebody's phone buzzed again.
It's not me.
Oh, it's not me. But anyway, right. Millie Bobby Brown is getting married, Ben. Right.
Oh, congratulations, Millie.
Millie Bobby Brown is getting married to Jake Bon Jovi.
Yeah, I knew that as well.
Right.
Have you seen her in the Bon Jovi family photos?
Are these sons and daughters of famous people?
John Bon Jovi.
John Bon Jovi. His dad.
So didn't you say Jake? That's what I mean.
Yeah. But Millie Bobby Brown, I don't think she's a daughter of a famous person. But anyway.
No, she is a famous person.
She is a famous person. But guess who's going to marry them?
Who's going to marry them?
Matthew Modine. The guy that played the Doctor
in fucking Stranger Things.
Yes.
I'm looking these people up.
That's
Great, so
that's super.
did you watch Stranger Things?
But that's super fucking
No,
creepy.
no. I only watched a couple of episodes. I struggled with it a bit.
That's
I
super
pushed myself
creepy
to-
because she's only 20 now. So what age was she when that first came out?
No idea.
13,
No idea.
14? That's
Yeah,
super
it's
fucking
been a
creepy.
while.
I've never even seen these two people. I don't keep up with celebrity stuff.
You should
You know
watch
what?
Stranger
I
Things.
actually-
It's quite good.
It is
Yeah.
quite good, and I actually think Matthew Modine's a great actor. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah, but apparently,
Um,
apparently he's an ordained minister and he's going to marry them. He's only
so
married.
am I.
Oh fucking hell! He's only married
Are
one person
you?
before.
Are you an ordained minister?
I got a certificate.
What are
Oh,
you
well, if I-
ordained done?
Well, I'll tell you what, Ben. If I ever get a boyfriend or ever get married, I'll let you marry me.
I'll marry her. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll marry her.
There's a
I'll do
fucking there's a warning to anyone watching. Stay away. You imagine poor guy be fucking locked in a closet and Ben will be around. Here, come on, Ben, quick, marry him, quick.
I've got him. I've got him. I've got him.
I've got a good one here, Ben. I've got a good one. Quick, come on, marry us.
Yeah, quick! I've locked him up.
On my way.
Fucking hell. Oh, Jesus. He's so cute. Oof, oof. Oh, wait, what?
I might advertise it.
What about Sorry.
Dalek volume.
Dalek? Right, here we go. Stand by.
Switch it over. In the meantime.
Shalini says, "Oh no, Nat and Ben have gone wobbly."
Natalie's
Darling,
back.
darling,
Natalie's back.
Ah, there we go.
There you go.
That really hurt.
We all back?
That really hurt.
Yeah, well, you did use duct tape. Duct tape should
Yeah.
should only actually be used on people that you don't like.
Yeah. No, that stings. It
Mm-hmm.
smarts. That's yeah. Everyone's good according to the chat now. We're all
5
good.
by 5 on all channels.
5. Do you know what?
What, Ben?
I think, despite the fact that we had a tumultuous first act, tonight's show has been quite the quite the uplifter nearer the
Yes.
end. I
Yes.
think, and I think at 90 minutes we have given them enough, and we need to leave them wanting more of
Yes.
this.
I'm just disappointed I didn't get to use your image.
Oh, you can do it now if you want. You can.
Yeah.
stick it over-
No,
stick it- Go on, put it over me. Put it over me. Go on. You want to do it? You want to do it?
Go on.
I can't see it.
You'll see it in a
It'll pop
minute.
up.
We're on quite a long lag because of Restream.
Yeah. The lag's way less over on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, there I go. There.
Restream. Restream and YouTube don't like each other, do they?
Oh yeah, I like that. That looks good.
It does, doesn't it? It looks even better actually. So, you know what?
Why don't we just
John?
use that in
All you-
future?
What?
Always
we
use
just
that
keep
picture
that in the
and then
future?
just Ben in the background.
Yeah, just when I can't be asked to go on camera, you stick that there. That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Oh, no, John Silly died on us.
Oh,
Anywho, if
Tell
you
you what.
enjoyed the show,
yeah. Go on, Ben.
please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because if you don't, then puppies may not survive. And if you want to support us further, you can do so by going to patreon.com/chasingdescent, Ko-fi, ko-fi.com. You bastard.
I like that.
/chasing descent, or right here on YouTube, you can press the join button. And make sure you go to The Real Review UK, which is our other more positive channel, and become a member there from 99p a month just by hitting the join button. You can do that here as well. 99p a month here as well. But if you go there, I'll be doing a members only show. It's a Sunday night. You want to come along? You want to see me embarrass myself? I might even wear that spandex that Amy sent me in the post.
God.
Oh my God.
It is literally candy floss.
It is. It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
But she sent me it, and I now have to wear it. So, if you want to see that embarrassment, then go to The Real Review UK and become a channel member from just 99p a month. Or you can sign up at $2.99, or you can sign up at $7.99 if you'd like. But if you want to see me embarrass myself for your entertainment, that is where you go. Sunday night, 8 p.m. I will be with you. And with that concludes the weekday showings from this outlet. We've had 2 episodes of Nat's News. We've had John and Ed live. I've done sod all, but there will be a video from me tomorrow. I keep trying to make videos, and John goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. I've done a Hamza."
I did do a Hamza. It's actually quite a good Hamza, I think.
Yeah.
All in support of Rocky Sharp and the replays. Rocky Sharp and the replays tribute month, remember? So, Ramalama Ding Dong.
And obviously, boys and girls, I'm going to punch you over to Natalie to say goodbye, and then she can punt you over to John.
I hope you've all had a good evening. It's been lovely to be here. Go enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back. I'll be back with Nat's News on Monday. Over to you, John. Bye.
Love you all, as always. And, you know, it's been great for you.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink, cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to. Something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to. Something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick